guys, and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Gigi and this is actually just my fourth video. I do want to say this, that be just so proud of yourself for even clicking on this video. That just shows how much you actually want to change and how much you actually want to transform in your life. That just says a lot about you. I love you and I'm actually rooting for you, and I'm really glad that you're here. You're actually one of my first viewers on my journey, so would love and appreciate if you could actually just take a moment out and just subscribe to my channel. And honestly, the only reason why I actually started posting on here is because I actually realized something. There are actually so many things that we struggle with internally, but they're either not talked about at all or they're only explained in a very surface level way. And a lot of the advice out there actually makes you feel a certain way about yourself, and mostly worse about yourself. So I decided to start sharing what I have learned from a nervous system perspective, from spirituality perspective, from psychology, and also from my own lived experience. It actually took me a long time to understand these things, and I actually want to save you some time with learning about spirituality or manifestation in the right way, and to actually calm your nervous system, and how actually nervous system plays such a major role in every aspect of your life. So I just wanted to just save you some time, save you some ears, because I spent almost half a decade, more than half a decade, trying to understand why things aren't working out, what is going on. If I do something, why do I keep hopping on from one project to the other? Why do I procrastinate so much, etc, etc. It was just, everything was a mess, so I needed to understand. So as I said, I have been through a lot and I have learned a lot as well. So I just wanted to save you some time and help you on your journey. And if my videos actually help you when one person feels less confused or less broken, then my work is done, and it absolutely is worth doing. That's the only reason why I'm making these videos. So today's video is actually about procrastination, and I want to start by asking you a very honest question. Have you ever noticed you could want something so badly, you really want it, and yet you still can't get yourself to do one damn thing about it? And you, by taking just that one action, can actually change your entire life. You know it, you know what you need to do, you have thought about it 1,000 times, but guess what? Somehow something happens and you're just unable to do it. And then you actually start questioning your work, you start questioning yourself, asking, why am I unable to do this? Why can't I, figure things out? Why there's no clarity? Why can't I just get my life together? Why does everyone else in my life, and my friends and my peer group, seem to be moving forward except me? Why? Just so many questions in your head. And if you've ever felt that way, this video is for you. And before we go any further, I want you to hear this clearly. You're not broken, you are not lazy. And it's not that you lack discipline or willpower. It's not like that. If anything, it actually is the opposite. It's you care deeply, you want to do well, you want to transform your life. And that is exactly why procrastination hurts so much. So let's talk actually about what exactly is going on in your body, in your nervous system, in your mind, without shaming and without oversimplifying it. So shall we start? So part one is what procrastination really is. Now let's get this straight. Procrastination is not about time, it is not about motivation, and it definitely is not about laziness. What procrastination is, it really is a stress response. It is basically your nervous system trying to protect you from something it actually perceives as a threat. Does that make sense? And that threat is not really the task itself, it is how the task actually makes you feel. That brings us to part two, which is the amygdala, why your brain stops you. Now inside your brain there's a small almond-shaped structure which is called the amygdala, and its only job is to detect danger and to keep you alive. Let me break it down for you. Basically, the amygdala does not really care about your goals, your dreams, or your long-term success. It only cares about safety. Now here's the problem. For a lot of people, the tasks basically triggers the amygdala. And why is that? Because at some point in your life, trying was basically considered as unsafe for you. It just meant that you're not safe. You probably picked it from when you were criticized, or when you failed and felt humiliated, or when you were pressured to perform. It could be by family, from your teachers, or from anybody, or when you actually tied your work to results. So now when you sit down to start working on something, your brain doesn't say that, oh my God, it's great for us, we're gonna do it, we're gonna accomplish this. Instead, it actually says this could hurt us. in the long term. We might not be able to finish this project. We might not be able to succeed at this. So what's the point? Because you are tying everything to your self-worth. You are tying everything to, what you have been through. And the thing is, amygdala actually reacts before you can consciously think of a particular thing. And that is exactly why you feel the urge to escape, or you start feeling anxious out of nowhere. You're just feeling too overwhelmed. You don't even know where it's coming from. You feel like your chest starts tightening, or like there's this mental fog, or you just feel like too overstimulated, or you just want to escape somewhere or the other. You'll start scrolling. You'll start doing something. You'll probably think, oh my days, my house needs cleaning. You'll go and you'll start cleaning. This is basically called amygdala hijack, when your logical mind basically shuts down and your prefrontal cortex goes offline, and basically avoidance takes over entirely. That is what is procrastination. That brings me to part 3, which is nervous system dysregulation. Now, most people think procrastination is just mental. It's not. It is also psychological. Your nervous system basically has different states. One could be regulated nervous system, which is when you feel safe and at ease, you feel at peace, or it could be flight or fight mode, or it could be freeze response. And procrastination mostly lives in the freeze response. Now, let me tell you what freeze actually looks like. This is important, so keep listening. Freeze is not panic, freeze is not chaos. Freeze actually looks like when you want to do something, but you feel stuck. You're unable to do it because you just can't move forward. Or when you're scrolling for hours, you don't even know why you're scrolling. You want to get off your phone, but you just keep scrolling. Or like, when you're sleeping too much, you're not even tired, but you feel really tired. Even after sleeping for 10 hours, you just feel like you're so tired. You don't understand, why are you so tired? That is your nervous system being dysregulated. That is you being in a freeze response. Or when you zone out, during the day you're doing something, you just zone out. Or it could be you feeling heavy or numb or overstimulated. It could also be you knowing what you're supposed to do, but you just can't do it. Because your body has basically decided that movement, taking action towards something feels unsafe. So it shuts down entirely just to protect you. This is why forcing yourself won't work. This is why motivation doesn't last. And you pressurizing yourself only makes it worse. You cannot think your way out of freeze. You have to make yourself feel at ease. You have to make yourself feel safe. Only then that's going to change. You have to signal to your body that you are safe. Now that brings me to part 4, which is why regulating alone is also not enough. Now here's where most people get stuck. They learn about nervous system regulation, which is obviously you need to do. But problem is when you only get stuck with just regulating yourself and not taking action towards what you're going for. You keep regulating, yes, do the breathing exercises, do the grounding work, do journaling, rest when needed, do all of that. But take action when you're supposed to take action as well. Don't just keep regulating yourself, because regulation without action becomes another avoidance pattern. Does that make sense? A lot of people just keep regulating yourself thinking that that is what they're supposed to do. Trust me, I've been there, I've done that. I was I regulate myself, I feel so much at ease, I'm not feeling anxious, I'm not this, why am I still unable to take action towards what I need to do? That was because I needed to incorporate action with regulating myself. Because safety alone doesn't really rewire your brain, safe action does. Your nervous system learns through experience. It needs proof that yes, I can survive, and that yes, I can take action towards what I'm going for, and it actually feels safe while doing it. I can start projects and I'm okay, and it's okay to finish them as well. You need proof that you can act without actually feeling overwhelmed. So the real work is regulation and micro action together. That is an unbeatable combo, and trust me, when you start doing that, you will become unstoppable. Nobody's asking you to take on 100 projects and do all of them in one day. No. If you're working towards a better and healthy body, do it step by step. And that is something that will last. Not something when someone tells you this crash course, this keto diet, this diet, the other diet. No, it helps you for a few months, and then what happens, it all comes back. So we all know that consistency can take us really far in our life, be it in any aspect of our life. So yes, that is really important. Keep that in your mind. Regulation and micro action together is your unbeatable combo. Okay, so that brings me to my next part. And these are going to be actionable steps. So make sure that you have your pen and a notepad out so you can write these down. So this part is about how to come out of freeze. And step one for this is regulate first. Before action, before taking any action towards anything, calm your amygdala. Now, how do you do that? Number one, breath work. 5 deep exhales. So you take a deep breath in and you slowly breathe out, right? Do it 5 times. Press your feet on the ground while you're doing it, because that'll ground you. That'll help the energy circulate with your body and the ground. And place a hand on your chest and say that I am safe to start. I feel safe to do this thing, whatever thing you're doing. This basically tells your nervous system that there is no immediate danger, that you can do it. So don't overdo it. 1 to 3 minutes is like more than enough for you, right? That takes me to step 2, which is shrink the action until it feels almost stupid. Freeze happens when the task feels really big, like it's too big. So don't ask the question, how do I finish this project, or how do I finish this? Instead, ask what little mini step that you can take towards this thing. If it's a project, like what little step can you take today that will help you in some sort of way with this project? Because when you look at something, from a bird's eye view, you just feel like, oh my days, this is such a big thing and I don't know how am I gonna start, what am I gonna do? You just feel overwhelmed. So just so you don't feel overwhelmed, you just tell yourself that you're only gonna do one little task about this project. Let's just say that you need to reply to emails and you're just thinking that you have received so many emails over the past few days and you don't know which email to go with. You just tell yourself that you're only going to reply to one email. And when you actually get into the action of doing it, it'll just help you with just replying to the other emails as well. Or let's just say you've got an exam coming up and you're too overwhelmed with which subject to take, which one to do, what to do, which chapter to go with. Just tell yourself that you're only going to do it for half an hour. That you're going to put a timer on, and this timer is going to be half an hour, let's just say 15-20 minutes, whatever feels convenient for you. You're only going to focus on this thing and this thing only. Block it out, just make it easier for you. When you have got so much load on your head, you just feel really overwhelmed with what to do, where to start, where to even begin with. But when you give yourself tiny little tasks for every day, that this is our goal, get clear with your goal, like this is our goal, these are the actions that I need to take, for this goal. Tiny little things that you do towards a certain thing can actually help you into focusing onto that project. So set timer on, write one sentence. If you're supposed to write a script, just tell yourself that you're only going to take 10 minutes. Take 10 minutes out, look outside the window, whatever thoughts you come up with, just keep writing. And when you actually get into a flow state, when the momentum builds, obviously you're not just going to sit there for 5 minutes. You're going to take more time. So one thing that I've learned from Mel Robbins, though, I'm not sure whether she said it or it was actually on one of her podcasts. So she said every single time you feel like you don't want to do a thing, but you actually catch yourself scrolling or doing something really stupid, then you tell yourself that, listen, you're only going to need to do this task for 5 minutes. Just do it for 5 minutes, and when you can't get out of the bed or the chair or whatever you're doing, just tell your brain to shut off, and you'll be like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Count back from 5, like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get out and just start doing the thing. Tell yourself that you're only going to do it for 5 minutes. And after them 5 minutes, because the momentum builds, it'll help you to stay there for longer. You might even finish the task, who knows? But that's how you do it. And just so you know, your brain only needs an entry, not completion. So even if you're unable to finish the task during that day, it's okay. You're only supposed to start, because when you start, it actually gives you clarity. So your work is only to start, is only to begin. That brings me to step number 3, which is move your body while acting, and actually move your body during the day as well. Freeze lives in stillness. When you start moving your body, it helps your body because the energy in your body starts moving. Basically, energies are stuck in, some parts of our bodies. Sometimes you feel like you wake up and there's like, your lower back hurts, or like some part of your body hurts, your shoulder hurts, something. But when you actually start moving, what it helps is, it helps to circulate the energy throughout your body. So the energy starts moving, and when the energy starts moving, you feel lighter. You are able to focus more, and you are able to get things done. And even when you're doing a task, I'll tell you this, even when you're doing a task, you can still, move while doing the task. Like, sway your body a little bit here and there, like get in the movement, like try to enjoy the task as much as you can. Or like, stand while you're working, or like if you don't want to write anything, just do a voice note thing that'll, help you make notes. Like do something different that'll help you tell your nervous system that you are actually not trapped, like you are fine. So movement helps a lot. Make sure that even if you're not going to the gym, that even if you're not doing anything during the day, make sure that at least for 10 to 15 minutes, you are doing some sort of stretching. Some sort of stretching exercises, or you're going out for a walk, or you're doing something, you're moving your body in some way, shape or form. Please, when you start doing that, you obviously see a difference in your body itself, in your health, and the way you focus on things, and the way you actually do things. It'll make such a huge difference, and your energy changes, and when your energy changes, you actually start attracting better in your life too. So that is another benefit of you moving your body, so please do so. Okay, so that brings me to step 4, which is stop before overwhelm hits you. This is actually key, but only for certain people, because sometimes you need to understand when you're actually shitting yourself and when you're actually being true to yourself. So when you actually feel like while you're doing a task, you just start feeling overwhelmed. So before you actually start feeling really overwhelmed and annoyed or whatever, just make sure that you're doing as much as you can during the day. Do not exhaust yourself, because then that tells your body then for the next day that this is how we're gonna feel after this task, so we might as well just not do it. Does that make sense? So you make sure when you're doing a particular task, when you're doing something, you make sure that you are setting a boundary again, even when you're doing a task, like when you need to stop. Just to make sure that tomorrow you can get up again and you can, crack on with your project, and you won't feel exhausted doing that. So make sure that you do that. And that is basically how your nervous system helps you build safety around you taking action. Then you start feeling, okay, I don't have to feel exhausted or overwhelmed by the end of, these actions that I'm going to take. So that kind of helps you to take action every single day. So little by little, we're going to build a mansion, okay? Now that brings us to our next part, which is reviving procrastination long term. Procrastination heals when number 1, your self-worth is no longer tied to your performance. Number 2, when your body starts trusting action again. And number 3, your nervous system starts experiencing consistency and not pressure. Consistent little steps every single day. That's when it starts feeling safe. This is exactly why gentle routines actually work better than intense ones. You know how people say that they've done this diet? I've actually mentioned this example before, that people take so many crazy diets and they feel like, that's going to make them feel better or something, but it actually crashes them. That is why they call it crash diet. Like, we don't want to crash, neither before nor after, not during. We want to stay consistent, and when you actually stay consistent with your little steps, with your diet, with your food, with your workouts, everything, it helps you in the long run. We're not here for there you go, results are here. No, we're not in here for it. We're here to do little by little and getting to our end goal. Consistency beats motivation, and I've said this a million times. Consistency beats motivation, and compassion creates momentum. When you are compassionate towards yourself, when you stay consistent with your routines, with your behavior, with your patterns, it creates momentum. And that momentum that actually builds can actually help you shift your entire reality. Everything is interlinked, everything is interconnected. You are not training discipline, you are training safety with movement. And when your body starts feeling safe with the consistent thing that you do on a regular basis, it helps you in achieving them goals, and it'll actually help you into taking action too. It won't become a hindrance then. It is only because your body right now, your mind right now is the main hindrance. So that is what we need to deal with. That is what we need to, evolve. If you've been procrastinating for a long time, I really want you to take one thing from this video, and that is nothing is wrong with you. You're not broken. Your body literally just learned to survive. And now you're slowly teaching it how to actually trust itself again and how to actually move again. Without feeling overwhelmed, without feeling dysregulated. And not really through pressure or through shame or through guilt, but actually being compassionate towards yourself. And by taking small, consistent actions every single day, that is what's going to help you in moving forward. And trust me, that alone can literally shift and change everything for you. If you made it till the end, I really do appreciate you for taking the time out and for listening to me. And if this resonated and if this helped you in some sort of way, please drop in your comments. Any feedback would be great. Another thing, I will actually go deeper into topics like healing, manifestation, nervous system regulation, and how you can become your best self, or self-love, self-worth, anything and everything that is related to transforming our lives. If you have any question, or if there's any topic that you want me to cover, please drop in the comments. I do look at the comments and I will engage with them. And yeah, that's it. Subscribe and I'll see you in my next one. Till then, take care, bye bye, and I'm rooting for you. I love you.